Good morning, I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill, and here's the latest weather forecast from the KMET Weather Center. For the Beaumont in the Banning area for the daytime hours, expect partly sunny skies at high 76. For the day on Monday, there'll be patchy drizzle with fog in the morning, partly sunny, high 78. And for the daytime in the Coachella Valley, sunny, high 95. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, 98.1 FM, and Facebook, Instagram, YouTube TV, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and now Twitch. Yes, that's where we're at. Obviously, a great place to be at. And for each and every one of you, we welcome you. Mr. Jesse Sanchez is back from vacation on Friday all the way till yesterday. Jesse, are you ready to go for the rest of the week, or you still got some of that jet lag?
No, I'm always tired, but I'm always ready to rock. My girlfriend passed out because I brought her with me. So I woke her up at 5 in the morning. I'm like, come on, you gotta go. And so as I'm getting here, doing all my stuff, she's like, I'm gonna lay down for a moment. She falls asleep.
Oh, I believe it. Because you guys took the red eye, right?
Yes, we went there. Our flight left midnight around 12:20. That's when we took off.
Okay.
And we got to Atlanta around 7, and I think Florida finally around 1, because by the time we landed in Atlanta, our flight took off.
Okay.
So there was no time to run to the other terminal. We're just like, so they put us on a different flight. But the way back was really nice. I got lucky. My friend did not. She was what happened? Her flight got delayed 3 times.
Oh no, that's not good.
Right, all because of weather, thunderstorms, and just overcrowding these planes. It seems like everyone is flying now.
Yeah, that's the thing. So was it pretty safe though flying? Was it like normal flying? Was it kind of,
This was first like real long distance traveling.
Okay.
It seemed okay to me. Everyone wore their masks. You are not allowed to take them off on the plane.
Right.
Even when you're sleeping, you got to keep that thing on.
Right.
So they'll boot you off without hesitating.
Okay.
So, just everything seemed calm. I haven't seen anyone like freak out yet, so I guess I got lucky.
I guess you did, so that's good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear you're safe and sound. I'm also glad to hear you can't wait to go back to Florida. Is that right?
No, that's a lie. I don't want to go back there ever. I mean, I might vacation for like 2 or 3 days, but I cannot take that humidity.
Oh yeah.
I never experienced such a thing before. Like usually when we get thunderstorms over here, we'll get like the humid, little bit humidity.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed like this. It was like the moment I walked out of that airport, it was like being slapped in the face with a wet towel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's exactly the way it is. I'm sure the ladies there are, because you cannot put hairspray and expect your hair to stay. I remember going. The only place I remember being that humid was Cancun, actually, and I remember that was the worst part of it. You cannot go in a suit to like humid town. So I'm surprised you did that. You look good though. People that are following you on social media, they should follow you. I like your new headshot. I think it's looking good. I think you look like you could be dressed up for GQ, and I think you should do that. We got people tuning in right now who are saying a lot of great things on social media. Stephanie Reese says, hello, happy editing and on set of a commercial video for this glorious, busy, awesome day ahead today. She's an editor and doing some pretty cool stuff over there. Viviana saying, watching with you guys. Good morning, everyone. Awesome. Glad to have you. A little bit later on, we're actually going to be talking to somebody who has been affected with their hearing. Hearing loss has been shown to affect nearly every dimension of human life, physical, emotional, and mental health. A little bit later on, we're going to be joined by a U.S. world champion and Olympic kayaker, Eric Jackson. He's going to be joining us, and we're going to be talking about resound.com and what it is that they're doing to help people out with their hearing loss. So we're super excited to talk about that a little bit later on in the show. Also about just being a kayaker, man. Kayaking, and of course being able to do some pretty cool stuff. is something that I don't know about you, but I recently met somebody who did kayak and they did some pretty cool rapids, and I think they hit a category 4. I think I would start with the category maybe 3 and then work my way up. I think 5 is the worst one that you can do. You definitely got to be experienced, so there you go. But I don't know if I would do the rafting with other people or a kayaker. I think the kayaker thing would kind of scare me because I see people flip over and then they kind of get underwater, and I don't know. But this guy knows exactly what he's talking about, so we're going to talk about that a little bit around the corner. But first, Jesse, do we have our first guest ready to go?
Yes, all ready to go.
Awesome. Okay, good. Joining us right now is somebody who is bringing some awareness to those of us that are unaware of this. There is a heart reaction probed as possible rare vaccine link in teens. Joining us right now is Dr. Dean Fanelli. Doc, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Good to join you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So what is this news, which, again, we're getting kind of first thing here. I haven't heard about this. What is the current situation with ones aged 14 to 19?
Yeah, so it's important to make people aware of all side effects just so they can have informed consent when receiving these vaccinations. And in a very, very small amount of people, particularly a handful in the U.S. and a couple hundred in Israel, have shown that after they receive the mRNA vaccines, that's Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, that a very small subset of people had this condition called myocarditis, which is basically an inflammation of the heart, and it has the effects of causing shortness of breath, palpitations, and chest pain. So as we roll this out to younger people, it's important for people to know that this is a rare but possible side effect that scientists are trying to now determine if there's a causal link between the vaccinations and myocarditis.
Okay, and help me with myocarditis. Now, if somebody, and I could imagine this is in the early stages, because first of all, if I know most teens usually don't say much to their family members. They just go, okay, I'll just muscle it, or maybe it's something that's going to pass. What is how do you say it again?
Myocarditis is what it's called, and it's an inflammation of the heart that usually is a result of certain viral infections. So again, it's important to note that, first of all, almost 170 million people in the U.S. have received at least one dose, and there's been about 6 million people under the age of 18 that have received a dose of the vaccine. And in the U.S., we've only literally seen a handful of cases. I think it's 7 cases. But for the reason that you just brought up, I think that's important to note. So if a teenager has received the vaccine in the last couple of weeks and they're telling their parents or they feel like they're having chest pains or shortness of breath or malaise, which are symptoms of myocarditis, they should let their parents know so that they can potentially be seen by a doctor. Because I think you're right. A lot of teens just kind of not really just thinks it's something minor that will pass, but certainly after they've gotten the vaccine, even though this is extremely rare, just let your parents know because it could be something that you should have looked at.
And is there a reason it's been targeting those youth? I mean, or are other ones perhaps also getting this at a different age, but they just don't know what it is? Because I understand some have gotten this and then at least they end up at the hospital, but days later, right? Sometimes up to a week later.
Yeah, that's right. And that's really the problem here. They're still trying to determine, is there a causal link for this? Because, again, it's such a small number of people, and it is associated generally with infection. So there's a lot of variables that have to be looked at exactly like you suggested. Particularly, are these kids that just naturally are getting this? Did they have some other virus that caused this, or is it in fact caused by the vaccine? So I think that's exactly the reason that people want to bring this to attention, because there could be a larger number of people out there that just didn't report it or just didn't realize it was due to the vaccine.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, we didn't just release this till recent for this category of teens, right? It hasn't been that long. It's been what, 4 to 6 weeks maybe?
Yeah, it's been a short time that it's been authorized in kids younger than 16, particularly Pfizer. But if you think about that, the Israeli results that are coming out are based on so Pfizer was originally authorized for 16-year-olds and up. There's been about 300 cases in Israel out of about 5 million since December. So that was from 16-year-olds and up. So I think, again, the small number of cases in the U.S., 7 cases in kids 14 to 18, is because it hasn't really been authorized for children that young.
Now, and we've talked about this on the show in the past. I've always said since the very beginning, make sure you know which one you're taking. Make sure to make a note of it, and make sure in the event that things happen down the line that you're aware of it. We talked about side effects. This is definitely a version of a side effect. Even if you get it and then get well, with this particular type of diagnosis, what typically may happen days later, or are you instantly, like, once you get it treated, I'm assuming when you go to the hospital they give you things to be able to help counteract it? What could be the problem? Could it be a fatigue of the heart, or other effects?
Yeah, so typically, in like most things, there's mild to severe cases. Most of these cases have been very mild, where children have been in the hospital a few days. They've received corticosteroids, which are basically have an anti-inflammatory effect on the body. That has alleviated the situation. Typically, for this type of condition, generally, there's a variety of different things you can do. And, if it's severe enough, it could even be the type of thing where you have to have an implantable defibrillator. But, that's kind of very, very severe case. We haven't seen any of those cases. And again, I think the point here is, even if there's a causal link and it is shown that the vaccine is causing this, the benefits of the vaccine clearly outweigh. It's very rare, and the benefits of the vaccine outweigh the risks, because, again, we're talking about a handful of cases in almost, globally over 300 million doses.
Well, and I want to bring this up again. When you say, in Israeli kids, and then it's popping up here again with the recent. There's always like a curve of time period that you have that you'll see certain things come up either very quick or delayed. Right? We see this in just regular, not just vaccines, but just other things that are medically prescribed. Right? Side effects are always something in a certain population. I'm sure they're going to be looking at the ties in between all of these kids, right? That's what they do behind the scenes. What should parents and or teens be aware of, though, going forward, especially because I've been hearing as of late, I literally walked into a store yesterday and he says, "Oh, I already got my vaccine, so you can take off your mask if you want. I'm not going to get you sick." And I thought, okay. I don't think people understand what the vaccine is and then the variants as well. Do those in Israel have a different variant as well that they have to be concerned about, or is there something more beneath the surface that we don't know just yet?
Yeah, so as far as generally the vaccines obviously are to generate an immune response to protect you from the virus. They've also been shown to protect against the transmission, meaning the spread of the virus. So to some extent, that expression that you heard, "Oh, I've been vaccinated, so you're okay," that's the whole point of vaccinating people. But the thing to remember is, again, the vaccines are not 100% effective. We've heard about people who have been vaccinated who've gotten the virus and who've spread the virus. So that's one key point to remember. I mean, certainly we're moving in the right direction in the U.S., and, we see caseloads and hospitalizations going down. But as you mentioned, the variants are out there. That's something that public health officials are looking at. There are new variants popping up. Luckily for us, it looks like at least the mRNA vaccines are very effective against the variants that we've identified so far. So as far as these side effects, particularly myocarditis, it doesn't seem to be based on a particular variant. Again, and we don't even know if it's actually caused by the vaccine at this point, but it's just something parents should be aware of and teens should be aware of.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about blood clots, and so that made news. This needs to make news as well. Dean, how can we get more information on this? And, of course, if people need more, where can they go?
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So the best sources are FDA.gov and CDC.gov to find out the factual information. Because, like I said, there's a lot of misinformation if you just try and Google this.
All right, Doctor, I appreciate your time. Thank you for spending time with us. And give out your information really quick.
I'm an attorney in Washington, D.C. at the law firm Cooley LLP.
There it is. All right, thank you very much. We'll see you next time, hopefully under better circumstances.
Thank you.
All right, people, we got to take a quick break. Things to ponder on, right? So if you or your family member starts getting some chest pains, and especially near the heart, get it checked out. It could be something more severe than just a little bit of pain. Get it checked out, and you never know. You heard it here first. We hope to spread some good information, not bad information, and make you aware of things. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now.
For generations, alligators have weathered nature, biological threats, and predators. How do they do this? The answer is in their uncanny DNA. Alligators have one of the strongest immune systems in the animal kingdom. Their fat cells contain the essential oils needed to fight off deadly infection and rejuvenate skin. How can you benefit from the alligator's amazing rejuvenating powers? Cayman oil. Cayman oil is the revitalizing and healing power of the alligator in a bottle. Cayman oil is carefully purified and refined with an added hint of vitamin E and lavender to better harness the alligator's ability to heal worn and damaged skin. Treat dry skin, infections, cuts, burns, scarring, eczema, rashes, muscle and joint pain, and more. Even athlete's foot. It's clinically proven to kill the flesh-eating bacteria MRSA. This really works. We guarantee it or your money back. Go to mycayman.com, mycaimon.com. That's mycayman.com.
Attention homeowners, spending more time around your house means you're putting more stress on major appliances that keep your home running. Like many Americans, a major breakdown could be very costly during these uncertain times. AC unit goes, that's $4,500. Water heater breaks, $1,500. When you own a home, it's always something. If you have a home warranty, those repairs could cost you nothing. A Home Service Club warranty pays for the repair or replacement of your home appliances and systems when they break down, even from normal wear and tear. For about $1 a day, you can cover your home appliances and systems. It's not a question of if they'll break down, it's when. If you call now, you'll get your first month free and $75 off your first year. Make home appliance repairs one less thing to worry about. Call 800-274-4679 now for your free quote, free first month, and $75 off your first year. 800-274-4679 now. That's 800-274-4679. Again, 800-274-4679.
Join the conversation every Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. Pacific for Inner Voice Heartfelt Chat with Dr. Foujan. Dr. Foujan is a radio and TV host, international speaker, psychotherapist, life coach, and the author of Life Reset, The Awareness Path to Create the Life You Want. She brings you the latest research and interviews with experts in the field of cognitive sciences. Anyone who loves to grow and create growth for humanity gets a voice on this call-in show. Inner Voice Heartfelt Chat with Dr. Foujan. Monday afternoons at 3 p.m. Pacific on Smart Talk KMET 1490 AM and on KMET1490AM.com.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. If you're just joining us, we had a very interesting conversation regarding the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines and possible linking to heart conditions. So if you do face something a little bit strenuous in your chest, definitely get it checked out and then ask and make sure that they understand it could be a possible link. I know some people kind of make you feel crazy, like, no, it isn't. When you have information like that, or nobody knew it was related to that. I've had situations like that where I've been or seeing somebody in the hospital and they don't know what it's linked to, and then they see you, they admit you, they take care of it, and then they kind of let you go, not knowing what caused it in the end. It kind of makes you think twice about reporting some of these things. But I say report them, and then hopefully you'll get the information sooner than later of the possible linkage. Jesse, what did you think about that story?
Oh, I enjoyed it. It's always good to know, like, because I get chest pains all the time, but I don't know if it's through like heartburn or something COVID related. I don't know. So I try not to freak out if I have chest pains. And if it starts to get really bad, then go straight to the hospital.
Yeah, I hear that. Again, interesting information. CDC and others are still tracking these. This is why it's so important to have organizations like this that start to see certain correlations of things happen, especially in kids up to 17. So very interesting. Again, the U.S. Centers for Disease and Prevention alerted doctors that it was monitoring a small number of reports of heart inflammation in teens and young adults after the mRNA vaccines, which were made by Pfizer and Moderna. They're still determining the link and seeing, what that is. No different really than the blood clottage. Of course, different complete situation, but again, something to definitely check out, and I'm sure we'll get more information around the corner. They're still trying to see what happens on that, but there you go. So very interesting, and then some. All right, in other news also, there's some good news as far as those that have prostate cancer. This recent news, doctors are reporting improved survival in men with advanced prostate cancer from an experimental drug that delivers radiation directly to the tumor cells. Few such drugs are approved, but the approach may become a new way to treat patients with other hard-to-reach or inoperable cancers. The study tested an emerging class of medicine called radiopharmaceuticals, drugs that deliver radiation directly to cancer cells. That drug, in this case, is a molecule that contains two parts, a tracker and a cancer-killing payload. Trillions of the molecules hunt down cancer cells, latching onto protein receptors on the cell membrane. The payload emits radiation, which hits the tumor cells within its range. Dr. Frank Lin says this: you could treat tumors that you cannot see. Anywhere the drug can go, the drug can reach tumor cells. Results were released by the American Society of Clinical Oncology ahead of their annual meeting. The study was funded by Novartis, the drugs maker, which plans to seek approvals in the U.S. and Europe later this year. And it's important, especially for those that suffer from prostate cancer. Anybody that knows anybody that's ever suffered from that, it's no fun to go through. When cancer is confined to the prostate, radiation can be beamed onto the body or implanted in pellets. Who knew that was even a thing, right, Jesse?
I was not aware of that. That's actually really cool, especially because I think men are more susceptible to prostate cancer. So always get your prostate checked.
Yeah, absolutely. Methods don't work well in more advanced prostate cancer. 43,000 men in the U.S. are diagnosed with prostate cancer that spread and is no longer responding to hormone-blocking treatment. The study tested a new way to get radiation treatment to such patients. It involved 831 men with advanced prostate cancer. 2/3 were given the radiation drug, and the rest served as a comparison group. Patients got the drug through an IV every 6 weeks, up to 6 times. After about 2 years, those who received the drug did better on average. The cancer was kept at bay for nearly 9 months compared to about 3 months for the others. Survival was better too, about 15 months versus 11 months. Okay, so that increased a little. I don't know about a lot, but I'm sure that gives you a little bit more time, which is what you need and or want. So still more needs to be done there, but it is definitely good to know. All right, we're going to take a quick break here on the morning show. We'll be right back. Big shout out to Katja Wunderland from Switzerland. Says, good morning, everyone. Switzerland, we love you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back right after these messages with some more info coming up right around the corner. Stay tuned.
Who is the Atua Man? Can you imagine exploring spiritual consciousness through an exotic action-adventure story? The Atua Man is masterfully illuminated in this self-discovery novel by John Stevenson. Dive into the page-turning epic hero's journey, weaving together high action with spiritual revelation. Join the Atua Man and his colorful cohorts as they travel through the majestic Hawaii, the hidden mysteries of Polynesia, and the intrigue, starting with the mysterious healing that breeds chaos in London. This journey guides us through the trials of living in the material world, arriving into enlightened consciousness, perhaps glimpse into the fabric of creation. How is the Atua man affected by the global healing ministry surrounding him? How does he navigate the complexities of love, forgiveness, life and death, wealth and power? Find out in John Stevenson's TheAtuaman.com, Apple Books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U-Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness, 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow. U-Theory.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. And many of you are wondering probably, where is my audio? Because I don't think any of you can hear me. Let's see. See if that's working there. Okay, my audio's not working. Let's take a quick break, commercial break, Jesse. We'll be right back with more after this.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Applebee's in Beaumont is where you can